I want to delve some more into Australia's energy madness. And one of the points I keep coming back to is the futility of what we're doing here. I mean, if turning ourselves into an energy basket case was doing some good, if paying more for our electricity was saving the planet or changing the world, you might be able to make an argument for doing it, right? You'd probably say, let's do it more efficiently by using nuclear power instead of embarking on the world first renewables plus storage experiment, sure, but at least you could argue that your emissions cuts mattered. But they don't, of course. Australia is responsible for about 1% of global emissions, and while we've destroyed our energy grid to cut our emissions, the rest of the world ploughs on. Global emissions continue to rise by 50 or 100 times our cuts every year. So whatever we're doing to ourselves, it's not changing the climate, not helping a jot. Even the former chief scientist once admitted that. We could shut down our whole country and those emissions would be made up for by the growth in China and other countries' emissions within a few weeks. So how can Labor justify what they're doing to us? We all know the pain, the electricity price and reliability pain, but there's no gain. So why are they doing this to their own country? Well, the answer is more spin, more nonsense. They're trying to convince us that what we're doing actually matters.
So here are the top 3 things to say when someone says, but Australia's only 1% of emissions, so what we do doesn't count. Firstly, in international terms, we're a pretty big emitter, 16 out of the around 200 countries in the world, and close to the top in emissions per person. So what we do counts. Secondly, the world's top 5 emitters account for 60% of emissions. The rest of us, countries like Australia, count for 40%. So what we do counts a heck of a lot.
What a fool this bloke is. His little diagram on the whiteboard with writing some numbers there, it means nothing. It just confirms we're only 1% of global emissions and those global emissions are rising. So there's no scientifically, there's no impact, rationally, factually, there's no benefit from Australia's actions. And Bowen knows it. So he just squiggles away with his whiteboard and pretends otherwise. It's embarrassing. And he says, by the way, that we're one of the highest emitters in the world per capita. So what? What about if we look at another metric, emissions per square kilometre, for instance? Then we're ranked 90th in the world. 90th. A modern economy like ours, 90th in the world when our emissions per unit of land are compared to the rest of just about every other country in the world. Just tiny, absolutely tiny. So we should be the envy of the world, such a low emitter per space, per area, per square kilometre. Look, we make no difference, we can make no difference, and Bowen can't face reality. In fact, he's so desperate. Listen to what he trots out.
And thirdly, we can help the rest of the world reduce emissions through our great renewable energy, our critical minerals, to become a renewable energy superpower to help countries that rely on fossil fuels currently rely on renewable energy in the future. So what Australia does really matters, and we have to keep going.
Yep, seriously, he rolls out the renewable energy superpower malarkey. How do wind turbines on our beautiful hills or off our beautiful coast, how do they create a renewable energy superpower? They've made us a basket case, not a superpower. His whole superpower fantasy relies on somehow exporting renewable energy. And you know how you do that? Well, you can't. But Bowen and Labor pretend you'll be able to do it by exporting green hydrogen. And I've already shown you how fanciful that is. It's just not happening. So we see again what a con this is, a renewable energy con, damaging this country, probably for generations to come, with no environmental benefit. For the sake of this country, Chris Bowen needs to be voted out of government.